Hey, buddy.
Say hi. The Nikanator. Jaxie's out with Jamie, his developmental worker. And Nico just woke up from nap, so we thought, this would be the perfect time, right?
Stink eye mom.
Turkey. So today we are talking about potty training, and how we potty trained Jax and at what point and how we knew he was ready. So I don't want this to get super confusing. I did write a blog post on our blog Down with Jax about step-by-step potty training. The blog that we actually referred to, I guess, for potty training and the technique that we used. So I will put the link to our blog post either in the notes or put it right up on the screen, and you can just kind of copy and paste it into your web browser. That will, if you could watch that, if you're really serious about potty training your child with Down syndrome or developmental delays, I would refer to that first and then watch this. Would you agree?
Yeah, or you can watch this
but make sure you read that.
Definitely read the blog.
Because that's the step-by-step version.
This is an overview.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so why don't you start talking about, straight from the beginning when we got Jackson's potty.
I don't know. Jaxson was...
He was just over 2 when we bought a potty. And we thought, what the heck, whatever, doesn't hurt to put him on. The first time we put him on, he peed. We laughed. We said, you're potty trained.
Yeah, we put it in the living room.
We put him on the next day, he peed. We put him on an hour later, he peed. He totally understood, his control. The first time we put him on.
He definitely understood, too, that, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yes.
Here. So we actually moved the potty into the bathroom with us, and then, so, one of us would sit on the toilet, and he would sit on his potty.
Yeah.
And kind of put the connection together.
Yeah, so for about a year, so that was right around the time he turned 2. So about that time, so 2, just over 3, we had put him on the potty at home, here and there, throughout the day. He was wearing pull-ups, out and about. We wouldn't take him to the potty out and about, but he was peeing on the potty at home, and pooping, he's always been quite constipated. So pooping on the potty was actually much easier than pooping in his diaper. So pretty much immediately with the potty, he was poop trained.
Yeah, he realized it was just that much easier, more comfortable for him to poop while sitting down on the toilet instead of in his diaper while actually seated on his butt. So right away, he was always very vocal when he had to poop, and we would just ask him, and we were always okay, do you have to go potty? Yeah, okay, we'd sign it as well, and then we would just take him, and then we just always reinforce it, oh, good job, Jaxson went on the potty, or Jaxson went potty, so that he could kind of start putting those links together.
Yeah. So that's kind of where he was at when we decided, okay, we need to buckle down and actually potty train him because we think he's ready. So when he was pretty much exactly a year ago, so he was 3.5, we were in LA, and we noticed that he was doing this weird, pushing, but he'd be dry, and we'd say, Jaxson, do you need to potty? And he'd, nod his head. But it was just really weird. If maybe we thought, well, maybe he has a UTI or something's wrong. That was his way of telling us he wanted to go to the bathroom. And he just did that all on his own. Yeah. So he'd push he was using the washroom, but he was staying dry. So when we got home from LA, school was going to start within a week or 2.
Yeah.
And so we're you know what? Let's buckle down and get him potty trained, or at least give it a good shot before he goes to school.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we were at when we decided to potty train.
Yeah, and just to reinforce, and we kind of said this, but to reiterate it, the whole year before we were pottying, we'd take him pee as much as possible in the potty, but he was still in a pull-off, and if he had an accident, he had an accident. And this was us. So then a year ago was us making the decision to let's ditch the diapers and go to underwear.
Get him in underwear and get him potty trained.
Legit. Yeah, 100% commitment.
Yeah. So then I stumbled across a blog post by another mom who has a child with Down syndrome and how they potty trained. So that link is on my Down with Jax blog post that I posted. So that's where we started off with our technique. So the technique we used positive reinforcement, but as well as negative reinforcement.
And yeah, it might seem a bit
harsh,
or some of you might read it and be oh man, but personally, with Jax, he hates negative reinforcement.
Yeah, and loves positive.
And loves positive, so it really seemed like it was something that would drive home the point.
Yeah, so with the two combined, it made sense for us. Yes, we felt bad for scolding him for having an accident, but he was so excited when he didn't and he stayed dry and peed on the potty. So the technique we used when he went to the washroom or had an accident.
Well, hold on. Before we get into the technique, when we decided to start this process, we pretty much decided to shut ourselves in the house
for a couple days.
For it was probably only 3 or 4.
Yeah, well, we don't stay in the house ever.
Yeah.
We only literally, I read the blog post again, we only stayed in for a day and a half, and then we're like, we can't do this.
Right. But, if you have the ability to commit to just being in the house, I think it would just set your child up for success.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, the first day, we put him in underwear, and every 10 minutes, we would ask him if he needs to go to the washroom. And he would tell us yes or no. If he told us no, we took his word for it. If he had an accident, this is what we did. We scolded him. We said, Jaxson, you're wet. You stay dry.
Then we'd show him his wet spot.
Yeah. And then...
Not face down like a dog. We just pointed it out.
That's wet, and Jaxson, stay dry. Then we ran him back and forth from the potty to the wet spot. It was 10 times. It was a lot.
And we'd go to the potty and be like, Jaxson pees in the potty, and we'd go back and
Jackson's wet.
Jackson's wet.
And
then back and forth.
The original plan called to get your child to help with cleaning up the mess. Jaxson would love that.
Yeah, Jaxson would be the
But we knew that would be an issue from the start because he would think that
he would pee himself
just to clean it up. So we didn't even bother with that. So every 10 minutes. And
if he peed, we took away whatever fun he was having. Yeah. So if he was watching the Wiggles...
We watched a lot of TV.
Yeah,
that's what he wanted, right? Let's stay and watch TV. Great.
Let's have a fun couple days in, but as soon as you pee yourself, the fun goes.
Yeah, the fun goes immediately. So then that's kind of his immediate repercussion to wetting himself. And then if he stayed dry for 5 or 10 minutes, then the fun can come back.
It was longer.
Was it longer?
It was 20.
Okay. But yeah, fun could come back after 20 minutes. And in between peeing, whether it be an accident or going on the potty, we would constantly say, Jaxson, are you dry? And he would hold himself and be like, yes. And they'd be like, yay, Jaxson.
Cheer.
It'd be a giant freaking celebration every 2 minutes. I'm not even kidding you, day 1.
We still do this all the time.
Yeah, we still do. But day 1 of potty training, we ask him literally every 2 minutes, are you dry? It was so annoying. But it worked.
I'm going to back that up a sec. In between the going, hi, you're next. Between going wet and dry, we put him on the potty and give him an opportunity to pee and change him.
Yeah, the original plan called to not do that because kids needed to learn that you go to the potty dry, not wet. But we put him on. That we chose that. That's what we need to do. Yeah. And we still do that. If he has an accident,
we still put him on the potty.
And then that gives us an opportunity to change him too. So constantly praising if he stays dry. And then we would keep asking, do you need to go to the potty? And if he said yes, then we took him. If he said no, we left him. Yeah. If he said yes, we took him to the potty. He went pee. Giant celebration. We still celebrate a year and a half later. And literally that's how we did it. And every day we spaced out the amount we were asking further and further apart. So instead of every 10 to 15 minutes, we'd stretch it 20 minutes the next day, 25 minutes. And the accidents just kind of got fewer and farther between.
Yeah.
And we'd all the dry celebrations too, we'd stretch that out as well. So every 5 minutes are you dry, then every 10 minutes are you dry. I would say, and it was frustrating, I'm not going to lie, because you'd have a really good day, and then the next day it was just accident after accident. You're like, why is he not getting this? Just stick with it. I think day 3 was it? I'm like, no, done. I'm over this. And Alex is like, no, we've committed to this. We decided, 5 days? Is that what we were going to?
Yeah,
stick to 5 days. So Alex pushed us to keep going, thank God. But yeah, by day 5 or 6, he had the hang of it.
Yeah.
We were doing short outings and getting him on the potty.
As soon as we got to a place, we would
go to the washroom.
Go to the bathroom before we left. We'd go to the bathroom, and just lots of cheering. Yeah, and like as we went from like day 3, which was a bad day, and then into 4 and day 5, as the accents got less, we just kept up with the praise and kept up with constantly taking him pee when we did, cheering for him. But we always let him be the decision maker whether or not he had to go pee.
Yeah.
If he said no, then like if he says no and you take him anyways, and he's not learning whether or not he has to go. Right. Like that was him being like, hey, do I have to go to the bathroom? And if he said no and peed himself, then there was then there was consequences to that. So we've just always taken his word on it. To this day, we still do. He still has some accidents every once in a while. Usually if he's mad.
So that's the technique we use. Like I said, I blogged about it. It's way more in depth, step by step, our day by day by day. So I will make sure to put the links up to that on either the show notes on YouTube here, or I can put it right up on the screen. But that's kind of a really rough idea of how we did it. So please refer to the blog for step-by-step instructions. So now let's talk about Jaxson now, because Alex mentioned that he will pee himself when he's mad, and that's true. He will spite pee.
Yes. If we're not giving him attention, or we're busy, or like I'm trying to get out the door for work, and Holly's feeding Nico, and he wants to stack blocks, and he'll call our names a couple times, and be like, in a few minutes, bud, just blah, 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 whatever.
He did this exact same thing to me this morning. So Alex left.
Yeah.
I needed to eat quickly because I had to get him to OT, and I had to load all the kids up. And so he's sitting in the corner with his bag of blocks. He's, Mom, yes, buddy, like 2 minutes, I just need to eat, and I'll come play blocks with you for a couple minutes. And then all of a sudden, like a minute later, I hear him splashing, because that's what he does, splashing, Mom. I knew exactly what he did. I came around the corner, and he looks at me, and he points. I'm like, yeah, you would.
Yeah.
So he does it when he's mad. Not all the time. Like, it's not like a super regular occurrence, but definitely a couple times a month he'll do it.
And he'll, like, fake that he has to pee to get your attention.
Yes.
So if you're not doing, he'll go,
They'll say, do you have to go potty? And he'll shake his head, and then he'll be like, come here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
he's a turkey like that.
He knows what he needs to do to get our attention, but we also can't ignore them, or for him, because he can't take himself to the potty or say he has to pee, that is his way of communicating. Yeah. So we have to respect that noise, and he knows it. Yeah. He plays it. Hi, what are you doing?
So yeah, and we've also noticed that when we go through big changes, that he'll have a big regression. The last one was putting Nico in Jackson's room, so they're starting to room share. While Jaxson really enjoyed having that and having Nico in his room, within a day of Nico going in his room, he totally regressed, and he had 3 or 4 bad days where he just had constant accidents.
Yeah.
And they make you, it just makes you so frustrated. But how we deal with it is we literally go back to day 1 of potty training. I mean, we don't ask him every 2 minutes, but are you dry? Yes, we celebrate that when he goes to the washroom, when he's in a regression, when he goes pee on the potty. Huge celebration, say, Jaxson, you stay dry. And literally within a day or 2, it's fixed. It's squashed. It's done.
Yeah, we usually try and then do something as well. Special. Hi. Just with him. Because it's usually just him reacting to some change.
Yeah.
And sometimes he just needs some one-on-one time.
So what did we do with him the last time? I think maybe we took him to a movie.
We took him to a movie.
Yeah, so we dropped Nico off with my parents, and then we just did a special thing with him. So that's what we do when he goes through a regression. He's done maybe a couple? Two big ones.
When we got Nico, and then when they started cheering in the room.
Yeah. So those are the 2 big regressions that we've gone through, and we just make sure to not let our frustrations get the best of us. Go back to the days of potty training, and then spend some one-on-one time with him, and literally it's fixed within a couple days. I love. He still has accidents quite frequently to this day. I mean, it's not unheard of.
Going for a long walk.
Going for long walks. Yeah. He's been having a lot of accidents over summer at school, and it's not his normal routine going on at school in the summer. He doesn't have his one-on-one aid, so he's just kind of out of sorts, and so he's having more accidents.
When they're outside playing, there's a bunch of kids and only a few teachers, and he might be making his grunt. If someone's not in the close vicinity to him, they're not going to hear it, and he's going to pee himself.
So most of the time in the summer, we've picked him up in other clothes, and that's okay. We don't we don't shame him or anything for it.
No, that's
these things happen.
Not really his fault. It's not intentional. I mean, he definitely does intentional peeing, and I think kind of knowing, for us, and you may feel a different way about it, but I think knowing that like this was an honest accident and it wasn't really controllable, then you know what, you probably don't need to like course correct like you would if it was. So we deal with the behavioral with behavior, and the other stuff we just let him know like. We just let him know like, hey, it's okay, buddy, it's okay, accidents happen, and we just make sure he feels okay with it. So.
Yeah. So this morning when he had a spite pee for me, I did get mad with him and I scolded him. And then we went to OT, and then on the way back we went to the park, and we spent a lot of time at the park, and as we were leaving, he peed himself, and it was a big pee. And so for that one I said, you know, it's okay, buddy, like we're not near a washroom, and he knew that. You know, just, it's okay, accidents happen, we'll go home and clean up, and he just nods his head. So it's just a matter of knowing for us what is intentional, like Alex was saying, so.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I think also recently too, like, I've been at home, I took some parental leave with Neeks here, and Holly's been working more, and honestly, Jackson's not used to me being the primary caregiver. He's kind of used to Holly in that role, and I'm kind of the one that can just, when I'm around, it's like I'm here for fun. So when Holly's at work and I'm the one doing all, like, the parenting, not saying, I still feed him every day, I still take him to school every day, but when Holly's here, it's like, I'm not the primary parent, so for him, it's not a big deal. But when Holly's not here, then even the same things I do regardless, it's in a primary parent role. He doesn't really
he's just not impressed with it.
No, he just, like, no, that's not, it's just not my job, it's just not what he wants me to be doing.
Yeah.
So him and I have had some rough mornings when Holly's at work.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like a constant work in progress. But I would say he's 100% potty trained.
Yeah.
And we just have accidents here and there.
I pee myself.
Happens, right? But like when he's good and everything in his life is copacetic and in routine, I would say maybe he has an accident a month. So yeah. If you have any other questions about potty training after you've watched this and referred to our blog, feel free to send us a message.
Yeah, you can DM either one of us.
We're not pros by any means, but this is what worked for us, and it was working for us.
And it was quick. You know what, like, yes, Jaxson was 100% ready, and we just knew, we had that feeling, he kind of gave us some signs that he was. So listen to your kids' cues, and if you think they're ready, you can give this method a shot. And I mean, I think just set yourself up for success, set a timeline that you're going to try it, and I guess know when to pull the plug and know not when to.
Yeah.
You might say, okay, we're giving ourselves a week, and 3-4 days in, you're like, F this. Commit to whatever that time frame is. Just commit to the full amount of time that you are allotting for yourself, and if it doesn't work, then reevaluate and consider something else.
And I mean, if you don't see signs that your child's ready, then don't even bother, because you're setting everyone up for failure, I think.
I think so too.
You know, and I think people looked at us like, oh, he's 3 and he has Down syndrome and he's potty trained, like that is amazing. And there's kids out there that are, 6, 7 with Down syndrome, and they're still not ready, and that's okay. Like,
but he was 3 and didn't walk, so I mean, you win some, you lose some,
exactly.
right?
So if your child's not showing signs of readiness, don't push them, because that's just setting everyone up for failure, I think. But yeah, anything else you want to add?
Nico was dry this morning, so maybe we'll start potty training.
Yeah, I think he's ready to potty train.
Hey?
What do you think? You're sitting now, so maybe potty train? Hey, can you sit on the potty?
Fall right in. That little ball of yours. I think that's it.
Cool.
For potty training.
On a side note, did you see Nico's shirt today? I don't know if you can see it.
Well, I'm trying to...
Because I love my mom's. It was Jackson's. Alright. Anything else?
Nope. That's
cool.
it.
Alright, and if you have any questions, just send us a message.
Do you want a fun fact?
Fun fact, yes, fun fact. You do the fun fact.
I don't have one. You go first.
Oh, shoot. Put me on the spot.
No, I just thought we'd end this, with a different tone.
Oh, okay.
Something so serious like potty training.
Fun fact. We may have found a house.
Ooh, yeah.
So it's exciting.
Yeah. Hopefully it works out. There's some things to figure out, but we're definitely very interested in a house, and we're moving towards making it work.
Yeah. You do your fun fact.
I don't know if I've done this one before. I did say you were a carb monster. I was gonna say, like, Holly has 3 bowls of cereal a day.
Yeah. But you already knew that.
Yes. Another...
He's got a fun fact.
That was his fun fact.
Good job, Neeks.
That's a boy, Neeky-doo. That's a boy, Neeky-doo. Fun fact.
Fun fact about Nico, he has a right hand that he stares at all day long.
You guys obviously knew that already, though.
Yep.
That's it.
Okay.
I don't even have one. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, she brings it up and then...
Whatever. Next time, I will come prepared.
Alright, thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.